Hello and welcome. Tonight, the All Progressives Congress kicks off its campaign for the September 10th governorship election in Edo State, presents Godwin Obaseki as its flag bearer. Outrageous hoodlums descend on Lagos market to eject the traders from the facility despite pending court case and its proposed relocation. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo challenges African leaders on reducing poverty and inequality on the continent. And authorities in Turkey move against plotters of the failed coup in the country, detain thousands of soldiers and other high-ranking government officials.
And on Business News tonight, West African Trade and Investment Hub moves to provide technical support for cashew production in Nigeria.
And on sports news, Rangers International edged past Aqua United 3-2 to go top of the Nigeria Professional Football League.
I'm Sulaiman Alede. We begin tonight with the Edo APC flagging off its campaign ahead of the September 10th governorship election. The All Progressives Congress Party presented its flag bearer, Godwin Obaseki, officially flagging off its campaigns. Presenting the party flag to the candidate at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City, the national chairman of the party, Chief Odige Oyegun, asked the people to vote for continuity of the good deeds of Governor Adams Oshiomhole. In his acceptance, the governorship candidate, Godwin Obaseki, promised to prioritize job creation and make the economy less dependent on oil.
Dignitaries led by the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Chief John Oyegun, Minister of Labour and Productivity, Senator Chris Ngige, the chairman of the APC Governors Forum and Governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, the governors of Bauchi State, Mohammed Abubakar, Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje, Simon Lalong of Plateau State, and the deputy governors of Kaduna and Oyo. They are all here to join their host, Adams Oshiomhole, the governor of Edo State, and his deputy, including thousands of supporters who defined the rain to attend the flag-off of campaigns for the coming elections in Edo State. First, the chairman of the party in the state, Anselm Ojezwa, clears the air on the emergence of the candidate from a well-contested primary.
We started with 12. We have all 12 of our aspirants, 11 of them standing behind our candidate, Godwin Obaseki, and Philip Shaibu is running mates.
And then goodwill messages from different parts of the country, including the party's Governors Forum.
Thank you very much. My paper, my paper!
For the man blazing the trail and whose office is soon to be taken over, the job must continue.
The APC agenda to taking Edo to the next level, to consolidate on what we have, and to further improve on it, and to do so efficiently and effectively. We needed a man who has the brain, the competence, the creativity, the resourcefulness, the experience, and above all, a man who is not a thief.
That man, the party says, is Godwin Obaseki.
The picture has been painted. The choice before you is very clear. Governor Oshiomhole has done that.
In his acceptance, Mr. Obaseki unveils his plans and the party's agenda.
Within 4 years, we will, by the grace of God, create over 200,000 new jobs across the state through agriculture, entrepreneurship schemes, attracting investments for the development of industries and technical and vocational skill development. We will publish a template of this our policy, and you will be able to track it along with members of the civil society.
As the political field heats up ahead of the September 10 governorship poll, the ruling APC has its work clearly cut out for it, and it must now convince the electorate that its candidate is indeed the right man for the job.
More like a busy day for the party in Benin City as members of the Governors Forum made up of APC governors in Nigeria have resolved to engage the Fulani herdsmen in their various states to stem the tide of deadly clashes. The chairman of the forum, Rochas Okorocha, revealed this while reading the communique of the meeting of the governors which held at the Edo State Government House. Mr. Okorocha adds that the forum has resolved to ensure the APC fields a credible candidate for the Ondo State election to ensure the party wins the governorship seat in that state.
We have also deliberated on the issue of Fulani herdsmen and the crisis we had as a result of some of the activities. And we have requested that all governors should engage the Fulanis in their area with a view to finding a lasting solution, at least to avoid further killings from now henceforth. We also looked at the issue of Ondo election, and we have resolved to ensure that our party comes up with a credible candidate to guarantee victory for our party in Ondo State. And a committee also has been set up to move into Ondo to ensure victory for the party.
It wasn't all of the governors of the APC that met the speakers and members of houses of assembly from the South, and Southeast have also held their first parliamentary session in Owerri, the Imo State capital. The proposed grazing bill, militancy and bombings in the Niger Delta topped discussions at the meeting. At the joint session, the lawmakers asked their counterparts at the federal level to also kick against the bill, as it is not in the interest of the country.
Legislators from across the South and Southeast arrived at the Imo State House of Assembly for their first joint parliamentary session. They file into the hallowed chambers of the state's House of Assembly to begin the business of the day after their executive session. The host and Speaker of the Imo State House of Assembly welcomes his colleagues and sets the tone for some issues that will be discussed.
Declare and deliberate destruction of our people, of the people of South, extraction by the Fulani killers who have played such dictators, uncomfortable consequences as inter and intra-extensions, kidnapping, hostage taking, busting of white land, etc. with their adverse consequences on others.
As the session progresses, a member of the Abia State House of Assembly moves a motion with regards grazing reserve proposals and activities of herdsmen in the geopolitical zone.
To urge the presidency to step up action and direct security agencies in the country to brace up and be alive to their constitutional responsibility of protecting lives and property.
We have to stand firmly and ensure that the rights are done. That is why and the movers of the revolution. Because it's actually not what to do. Things that should be done. We cannot be strangers in our own country.
Some of the legislators also speak their minds on the theme of the gathering.
These groups of people in the South and Southeast coming together is something unbelievable. And from there, we'll now move to the north, move to the southwest. So you can see we are joining together. It's a kind of embodiment.
The legislators have promised that this won't be the last meeting as they continue to uphold one of their core mandates, which is to address issues affecting the lives of their constituents.
A former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Chibudum Nwuche, has also lent his voice in the call for dialogue for the resolution of the Niger Delta violence. Mr. Nwuche urged the federal government to expand its scope of dialogue with the militants to include political and traditional leaders from the region. While addressing the media in Abuja, the former Deputy Speaker urged the militants to also embrace the government's dialogue option in the interest of the region.
I would like to begin with an appeal to our youth to give peace a chance and to enter dialogue with government, because the destructions of oil facilities have a direct consequence on the livelihood of our people. Our people are mostly farmers and fishermen, and especially when oil spills on land, it takes much longer for the land to be restored back to its normal productivity. So I urge them, our people are already very poor, not to worsen the plight of our people, and also to take into account that the country for now is dependent almost solely on oil, and we need these revenues to cushion the effects of the current downturn in the economy. So I appeal to them to enter into dialogue with government, and I appeal to government to also initiate dialogue with them. I think the government should expand the dialogue and include leadership, stakeholders, traditional rulers in that region, because they are the ones who can really call these people to order and dialogue with them, and they would know who are important to dialogue with.
The dispute between traders and the developer of the popular Alade market in Lagos, southwest of Nigeria, seems to be getting worse by the day. The plan by the Ikeja local government to relocate the traders over planned redevelopment of the market has been met with stiff opposition. But the traders were today taken unawares as they were ejected from the market.
July the 18th is the date announced for the concessionaire to take over the popular Alade market on Allen Avenue. It therefore means that traders will have to move to an alternative market space provided to allow for redevelopment of the old one. Now, it seems they may have to move earlier than scheduled. Shop owners and traders are moving their wares 2 days before the date given. This obviously does not go well with some, especially a faction known as the Concerned Traders. A mild protest arises on sighting our camera. They claim forceful eviction by the developer at the Ikeja local government authority, adding that the developer invaded the premises with thugs, pulling down shops, roofs, and gates of all the entrances to the market.
We have not left area 2, zone 2, when they started calling us from the market here that he had brought hoodlums and they have brought planks that they said they want to take possession of the market.
Most of them came with guns this afternoon, and the SA came giving interview to one channel station, one TV station, and claiming that you can see, we are voluntary parking. We are not. We are being forced to park because they have removed the main entrance of the market, and they are telling us that if we don't park, they're going to loot our shops.
They see this as disregard of a peace meeting earlier brokered by the police.
The day before yesterday, they invited us at Area F, and the man said, look, for both parties, we should maintain peace.
These traders also claim the case is still in court.
We were in court on the 23rd of June, and the matter was adjourned till October 7th. All parties should maintain status quo and 10.
A temporary market is being provided by the developer, pending when the proposed ultra-modern shopping mall will be ready.
In part 2 after the break, the reorganization of the Nigeria Police Force continues with fresh promotions and postings of top officers. Stay with us.